Hello, friends. How are you doing today? We are live here today doing some lyrics for an absolutely stunning little song that comes from a game I'm really obsessed with at the moment, Genshin Impact. And we finally catch a song that's kind of more recent from a recent scene um, in the game, but the game's story. So I'm very happy to work on something uh, kind of kind of in the current stream of things, pun intended. Um, Ryu is here to help me go over these lyrics that he wrote. This was kind of an easy cheese thing for him because it was originally in French, um, which is kind of his wheelhouse. So, Ryu says it's cold. It's hot here. Well, not super hot. It's 77 and cloudy here. Richard, hello. Hope you're doing well. Just finished reading the third book in the series. Ooh, nice. Last night during the music one day. This one was probably the worst, but was good. Okay, okay. As long as it was good. Can't have everything be the best, I suppose. But thanks for being here. I hope you're doing well. Um, this is probably going to be a very short stream. As you guys know, um, I am in the process of moving. Just yesterday, we got the keys electronically switched over. So now we are the only ones with access to our new house. The down payment has been paid for. The papers have been signed. Everything is set. The house is ours. And so now all that's left is to actually occupy the house and to move all of this over there. So I need to start packing. I need to start packing. The realization hitting me this week has been insane because we haven't done anything to prepare, and I'm hoping to be in to celebrate Christmas. Yeah, this is a miracle. For a while there, we were not sure that we were going to get approved for the mortgage, and we're still kind of like, oh God, that monthly mortgage is awfully high with the tax, property tax. And then, of course, it's because, yes, indeed, I do live in the fifth circle of hell. Um, so, Yes, it is a Christmas miracle. Some people get gifts for Christmas. I got a house and cats who are avoiding me at the moment because they were scared because they did pressure washing outside the apartment today. So the loud noises really bothered them. And that just reminded me of how Dracula was the same. He hated that noise. Um, so, anyway, Ryu, I'm assuming you are ready and willing to come on, and we will go through this together. So I'm going to give to the count of 10, and then I'm going to hit that call button. Dun, 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 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Boom. Please, audio work.
Ooh,
Ooh, there we go. Hello.
hello. You have a voice.
I have
Not
a
that you don't
voice.
usually.
What?
Said not that you don't usually.
I do have a voice, and this song is so pretty. I can't wait to use my voice for the purposes of this song. It's very unusual compared to our usual. Um,
That it was the easiest to understand of any song you've had me translate.
that was kind of cheating because it was in French.
Yes, the language I could actually read pretty well, as opposed to Japanese, where I'm going through it like at a snail's pace, looking up every other word, and then I'm like, oh. And then I'll see a word that I think I know, but it's written with a different kanji, and it's the same word but with a different meaning that I
Ah,
didn't know it had.
oh, yeah. Well, with all the practice I've been giving you, you've got to be getting better by now.
Yeah, now I know that "ao" means both join and meet, like
Oh.
meet someone and like to join something together. They're written with different kanji, but it's the same word.
Hmm. It's incredible how that works. You got to really explain the kanji sometimes to know what it is. So, but
Unlike
this
uh,
song did not have
un-
that problem.
no, unlike "I" meaning love and "I" meaning blue, which is confusing, but they're two different words that just happen to end up sounding the same.
Ah, yep, yep. Oh my goodness. So, how have you been? You're cold.
Yeah, nah,
What's the weather like where
nah.
you are? Is it snowing yet?
No, I don't live that far north.
Well, I
It
didn't think
doesn't
you
use.
lived that far north, but you guys do get snow where you are, right?
That's further west. I'm in central North Carolina, where we mostly just get rain and
Oh,
dry, and not dry cold, but it's like cold and humid at the same time,
I see.
but not rainy. Um, if you go further west and hit the mountains, you'll get snow.
Okay, okay.
But I live within the center of the state.
Ah.
It's not that bad, but west, but it's sort of like the just sort of least interesting part of it.
Yeah. Sometimes the panhandle gets a little dusting of snow once in a while. I wonder how cold
Panhandle
winter will be for everybody this season.
Panhandles are weird.
Yes, they are.
Like I feel like that should be part of Georgia, but whatever.
Kind of. They're a different breed up there. Uh,
Yeah, they're only in like the second circle of hell, rather than you're like all the way down in the fifth.
yeah. I mean, I'm even more further south than I was when I was growing up here in Florida, because I was originally from the Tampa Bay area, and so I'm kind of like not Central Florida, but like in the middle of the Panhandle on the Gulf Coast. So like just kind of there. But now I'm Southwest Florida, definitely, and it's interesting. You know, you have your Miami, then you have your swamplands, and then you have the Panhandle. So there's like three different flavors going on.
Lord, it's kind of the same here, except it goes east to west. Coastal plain, sort of like normal land. They call it the Piedmont, but it's just like kind of hilly, but kind of sandy, kind of clayey, lots of pine trees. Then you go further west and you hit the mountains, including the
Uh,
place where I Wonder As I Wander comes from.
oh,
Yes, the guy who wrote it stole it from a little girl in Appalachia. There is a very unpleasant story behind that song.
oh my, okay. Goodness, I had no idea. It did sound like a folk song, so.
It kind of is, but it kind of isn't. It was apparently composed by a little girl named Annie Morgan. Well, I don't know how little she was. I think she might have been like 12 or 14 at the time. Who was like singing it for coins on the side of the like road or something
Hmm.
because her family was homeless. And some composer happened to be passing through, heard it, and took part of it, added some other stuff onto it, and made it famous. And I don't believe he ever credited her
That's sad. And you know what's even sadder
or
is I
paid
don't
her.
think situations like that are all that uncommon.
No, but it's okay. It's okay to use it now. He's dead.
Yes.
I'm I'm
Public
serious. I
domain
would
for the
never.
win.
It's not in the public domain yet, but he's dead. It'll go. It'll go into the public domain in 2030, I think.
Oh, okay, so not too much longer.
No, I'm not sure if Annie Morgan, who is the actual like originator of the song, is still alive or not. She could be because she was really young at the time.
Hmm.
But the person who more or less stole the song from her, and I don't believe paid her a penny for it, even though she was poor and really could have used it.
Hmm.
It's also one of the
It's
best Christmas songs there is, so
hmm.
it's so
It's such a
dramatic.
gorgeous melody. Yeah.
So it is a folk song in the sense that it was sort of composed in dialect, but it has an author and a co-author, so it's not a folk song, it's just in the style of one.
Uh-huh. Interesting. So it kind of has its roots there, but it got altered along the way. Interesting. Music is fascinating in that way, the way that it evolved and the way that people copied each other and stole from each other and passed things around, and then oral traditions in themselves. Things,
Yeah,
it's just so
music
cool.
music seems a lot more tolerant of that than other forms of art.
Yeah, well, I think there was a time like back in the classical, well, not the classical, but the like the Baroque era that it was, well, and blending into the classical era where it was a high form of compliment to have your work stolen.
Yeah, and in literature, that it's kind of the opposite. Having your work stolen is insulting.
Yeah. Nowadays, that's all insulting, but nowadays AI is stealing everything.
Oh yeah, that's totally probably illegal. Like seriously, I
Yeah.
think the AI itself is technically copyright infringement because you have prepared a derivative work, and the AI itself is the derivative work.
Mm, fair point.
But I'm not a lawyer or a judge, so I don't have any power to actually do anything about that.
Oh gosh,
But yes,
I
in
could
my,
spend years just studying law and rules in
well,
music like that.
it's very interesting. Like sampling is very controversial,
Yeah.
and I'm kind of on the like my gut instinct like from literature is that yes, that is copyright infringement because you took a recognizable piece of something else
Mm-hmm.
and are piggybacking.
Yep. Oh, that reminds me of a situation with one of my favorite Korean groups, 21. Um, they have their leader CL, and CL has kind of branched out into a solo career. And she had put out an album that had one of the best songs known from it called Menbu or Mental Breakdown. And that song got her in a heap load of trouble because it sampled, it used a sample of this like Islamic chant that was only
Is
supposed to be heard like within the temple or whatever, or only supposed to be sung by certain people. And of course, CL's dancing K-pop to it and singing her song using that in the background. And people are like, that is so tone deaf. That is so rude. You can't do that. And I think they did end up changing it. And of course, it wasn't her fault. She didn't create the music. She was just doing as she was told. um,
Yeah.
so
On the
that was
one
an
hand,
interesting situation.
I have very mixed feelings about that because I don't know. I'm not personally offended if somebody uses a like Gregorian chant or something, though I'm not particularly religious. That is my like family's ancestral religion, I guess, or some other piece of Christian liturgical music uh, in that way. I think it. I more find it just kind of weird.
Yeah, I would be like, why would you want to do that? I mean, I guess it sounds really cool, cultural appropriation and all that. Like they just thought the sound was cool. But what was it doing in a sound sample library anyway, if it's not supposed to be used? Like, so I don't know. I think
Did
if
they steal
you
that? I wonder if the sample itself was stolen.
maybe, and how would you know that? As a producer, how would you know that? Is it your
No,
responsibility to know that? Maybe. I don't know.
it is. I would say it's the responsibility of the compiler, and if they're buying sound samples, it's important to check to see like that it's properly licensed and credited and all that.
Hmm. Yep. It's
That
such
would
a
be my personal
situation.
opinion.
I
Like
see
if you,
no. Oh, sorry. Go ahead. Delay.
I don't, I don't know much about how like using those samples works, but my guess would be if you buy a sample and in the good faith that you are licensing it properly, and it turns out it's not properly licensed and you were lied to, I would say you're not responsible for something you're misinformed about, though at least you shouldn't be legally, though you are responsible to remove what was not licensed to you. Kind of like how you still have to give something back if you bought it after it was stolen.
Mm, because it's still
Like
stolen.
yeah, it wasn't the other person's to sell you, so you can't treat it as yours. You have to give it back.
Yeah.
And while you should get your money back, you have to give it back even if you don't. Because again, this isn't yours; it was stolen from someone
Hmm.
else. And if you try to keep it, you're a thief too.
Yep. Once you understand that it was stolen, it's your obligation to fix it. And it's the person who actually stole it. Their duty is to compensate everybody that got swindled. I would think, or at least make amends in some way. So, yep,
Also,
music
we're do-
law.
which is why we always go through the proper channel
Mm,
because, like, you always run it through Sound Drop and all that.
I do. And even on YouTube, YouTube is actually, everybody complains about the content ID matching. I don't mind it as much because I'm like, well, I don't own it either. So people that do own it deserve to get paid, with the exception of when people who don't own it claim it. That's very annoying. But I
Yeah.
have no say in it because I don't own it either. So if it gets caught, it gets caught, and the money will go to where it needs. Usually they will share revenue, which is very nice, and I think that's cool. Um, Other times they don't want to share. Sometimes it doesn't even
Oh,
get caught.
of course, if it were me, I would be like, nope, you get a strike. I, I don't play these. I don't like to play that game where
Yeah.
where I say, oh, it's okay. No, it's not okay. I'm not nice like that.
Well, I think you can have a takedown order, but I don't think that results in a strike. Um, but
And
there's several
yeah,
levels
that's a
of banning. Like it is banned in certain countries, so you can have it up on YouTube, but nobody can see it because it's banned worldwide. Sony does that a lot with some of their music.
why don't they just take down the videos? Why waste server space if no one can see it?
I don't know the logic behind that. I don't claim to know the ways of
Oh,
YouTube.
probably because they hope that the person won't notice and that there won't be any like it won't be contested.
Probably, probably. So I'm proud to say I have never received a strike on any of my YouTube stuff. I have
I mean,
gotten stuff that's been banned worldwide and banned in certain countries. Right now, there's a lot of stuff that's banned in Russia, and that has nothing to do with my song choice. It has to do with the owners of the songs not wanting their songs to be played in that country, even if it's a cover. So,
oh, it's like a regional like licensing issue.
yeah. So that I understand. So,
I have no idea what Russian licensing laws even look like.
yeah.
Probably a bunch of Cyrillic text on paper is probably what they look like.
Yeah.
Which I can barely read Cyrillic, and I couldn't tell you what it means most of the time.
Outer space, hello. Yes, I have the house. It is exciting. Actually, you know what I could do?
Have you actually played through this sequence in the game yet?
Through this
Yes.
for La Vaguelette?
Is it even out?
It is. It is. I have not been through the Archon quests in Fontaine yet because I'm still away in Inazuma. I have to go through Sumeru first. Um, but I do know the story now. And I know you guys probably don't care about spoilers, but if you do care, cover your ears.
Okay,
Um,
is the water about ocean or is it the ocean or is it about well springs or
it's
rivers?
it's about the primordial sea.
Okay, good. So I got ocean right. I was
Yeah.
pretty sure Ocean Mer was a play on how la mer means both ocean and mother in
Hmm.
French.
Yeah. The idea behind this song tells the story of Furina, who is the human part of the Hydro Archon. Um, but everybody kind of doesn't pay attention to her. They think she's fake, if anything, um, more and more so as the story progresses. But really, what it was is all the people in Fontaine were created by the Hydro Archon, by Folklores, who is the Archon part of Farina. And so, because she created humans out of the ocean, she got punished by Celestia. And now, if any Fontanian person comes in contact with water from the primordial sea, they dissolve back and they die. And they, well, they don't die, but they become part of the ocean again. They turn back into what
Oh.
they were. And so, to prevent all this from happening, she needs to do a lot of acting, a lot of being alone, a lot of faking. And that's why she split herself to her human side. Um, and then she gets death penalty because Fontaine is all about laws and about justice. And
I
the yeah, so
here's
it's
here's a
very
funny thing about that. In East Asia, the name of France is often spelled because like is often spelled with with the characters law country.
oh, that is interesting.
In Japan, it's often Fukoku
Ah,
uh, from Furansu. They used to spell
Florence.
the proper words out using sequences of kanji. Like it would have been like law, orchid, sour, or something like that, just using their phonetic values. And then like America would have been like uh, there's a character that just signifies like a Sanskrit letter.
Hmm.
Me is rice. Ri I forget, and ka I don't remember what they are. But since comes to mean Asia, you take the second one, me, which standalone is often be, which is why the United States is frequently called Beikoku in formal Japanese writing.
Oh, interesting. Cool. Outer
I'm not
Space, you
sure.
love the Music Monday. I'm so glad. It was fun to sing. Yay.
I do not speak or know Mandarin very well, so I don't know what the Chinese readings of these characters are.
I know
But
that it's
basically,
pronounced in Chinese, Meiguo.
Meiguo is the United States, yeah.
Yeah.
From the same principle, except that instead of the rice character, they use the character for beautiful, which in
Yes.
Mandarin is me. It it would, if you use the Japanese readings of those characters, it would be Mikoku or Bikoku.
Mm.
The B is the same as in Bishonen.
Ah,
You
Bishonen,
sometimes,
Bishojo.
because of how Middle Japanese um had that heavy prenasalization, it would have been more like Beikoku. Like there's often an interchange between m and ba, or
Huh.
m and ba. It was considered, I believe, softer to pronounce it as a full m. This also happens in the word samurai, which descends from a word. The verbal form is saburao, to attend or to wait upon.
Oh,
Samurai is the softened pronunciation. I believe it was the. I think it was something called like nyojo kotoba or something like that.
hmm.
Literally like woman's words or the speech of women, where
Huh.
things were supposed to be softer.
Wild.
Where the if there hadn't been that sort of cultural trend, we would instead speak of samurai with a b, which sounds kind of funny.
It does. I'm trying to imagine that, and I'm like, oh, that is kind of not what I'm used to. Ah, cool.
And it's just easy to mishear the one as the other. Also,
Mm.
so you have some borrowings of Middle Chinese as b. I think there's some hypothesis that Middle Chinese could be pronounced as b too, or it can be pronounced that way in some dialects of Chinese. I'm not an expert in Chinese linguistics though, so don't quote me on that.
Huh.
Yeah,
Oh.
but yeah, you'll often see that like and b being like in alternation in certain Japanese words. Like three, like ich ni san, which was archaically ich ni sam or ich ni sam. In certain personal names, Samu becomes Sabu, like Saburo, third
Okay.
son. Like number plus roll is extremely common in male Japanese names, and it's often like just ordering the sons Ichiro, Jiro, which G is ni. Sometimes you get ja instead of n.
I was about to say I never hear Niro, but
No,
it's
it's
Jiro.
Jiro because the sound was something like ja in Middle Chinese or nya, but it was like halfway shifting to ja, which becomes like ra in Mandarin, I think,
Huh.
because it's like because the modern Mandarin too, I think is r. You don't think
Wild.
about it, but Chinese can have final r, like harbin.
Oh yeah. I think what
It's
was it? E R san su is how you count.
it's like e san. I'm not sure what the
I
sh.
forget.
It'll be the the four is
God.
probably something like sh or something like that.
Yeah.
Usually Japanese she corresponds to something that just sounds like sh plus a sound. It's hard to say.
Their
And then
spaces. It
go would
is.
probably be like gua gua ang. That's how gu, what gu will correspond to in Chinese is very hard to predict from Japanese because
Mm.
it can be like that ng sound. It can be gu. It can be ka. It can be gua.
Okay. Well,
Sometimes it's very easy to predict what you'll get. Sometimes it's not.
in this English lyrics writing, we have now discussed French, Japanese, and Chinese. Surprise! Oh, so let's see. How shall we go over this? Do you want to sing through it first, or should I just go
Now,
for it?
first of all, see if it matches well.
Okay.
See if you can figure it out.
So, as far as I can tell, the song is kind of divided in half. I have yet to figure out what I'm going to do during the dialogue parts or during the interludes. I may just do a series of ethereal operatic
I,
vocals during that time.
I think that would be. I think that would be the best, because
Yeah.
having actual dialogue would be distracting.
I think so in the song because I want this to be, the musical piece. Focus on the music. So, all right, I'm going to play the song and sing along at least with this first part. We'll probably get to My Dear Love and then we'll reconvene. This song is so pretty.
It also has a weird rhyming scheme.
Hmm.
It's like AA nothing, BB nothing, CC nothing, DT nothing,
She's not
Interesting.
coming. You're wrong.
and
She's here.
I love just all the instruments in here.
It's very-
So like yourself, oh my dear love. All right, I'll pause there. I didn't detect any problems unless I did something incorrectly. What do you think?
I think that's fine.
I think there was just that last line that I might have gotten. Let's see. Yeah. So like yourself, oh my dear love. Yeah, that'll work. Cool, cool. All right, we're already halfway through. This is a short song, actually, without the
Like
interludes.
you.
It suits me. By the
It's
way,
only 12 lines.
so that's another reason why this one was easy. The next one is not going to be that easy, I don't think. Specials is the next one, the Jujutsu Kaisen opening. It's going to be interesting.
Despair.
Yeah.
Magical girl, despair, oh line.
Despair line. I know. It's actually not, it's not fast. I don't think. At least it doesn't seem like it's that fast. It doesn't have any like super rappy parts in it. So it might not be that bad. So, all right. Well, if we have reached consensus, shall I continue on with the latter part?
Yeah. Go ahead.
All right. So, I wish.
If you become human, you can reveal your secret to no one. You will face suffering and loneliness. Is this
And
truly
love this
what you
key
want?
change here.
I don't even know what a key change is.
Okay, let me get a better start on that.
To no one. You will face suffering and loneliness.
There we go. Let me try
Is
this
this
again.
truly what
I
you
wasn't
want?
paying attention. Greatest love won't make it right. Blossoms not concealed love. The story of ours, sweet and bitter. Like an c'est la nuit et ça ne changera jamais. Okay, last line has a problem.
Okay, let me take a look at the original. Let's see.
There's like some weird stress going on if we add in the syllable that's missing.
Where do you hear a missing? Do you hear ça ne changera or ça ne changera?
Oh, wait. I said missing, but I think I mean that there's one too many syllables, actually.
Jamais, jamais. This could be the et ça ne changera jamais, jamais, and that will never change. No, never. Both are 9.
I hear da 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 da.
Let me listen to it again.
And that will never change. Never.
Let's see.
Jamais.
Le monde
Jamais.
serait. I'm just finding it.
Yeah.
Nous pardonneras-tu, oh cher mère?
Outer space, yes. Korean is harder than Japanese, at least to pronounce. I have no idea about the grammar. Korean is actually easier to learn the written language of than Japanese, but it's so hard to pronounce.
Moi, je suis et serai toujours là, à voir le monde et sa beauté, et ça ne changera jamais, jamais. Ça ne Oh, I see what they did. Okay, so French, like Japanese, has some syllables that are extremely weakly articulated. There is a 9th ghost syllable in there, but when you say it quickly, it sounds like ça ne changera jamais, but it's et ça ne changera jamais, jamais. There are technically 2 phantom syllables in there, but only one is audible, and even then, only barely.
Yeah. And also
So
that
they're all
puts the wrong stress on never though. The last
does.
never. Never. Right?
No.
Instead of never.
And that's irritating because that is a near literal change of the near literal translation of the line. Ça, that, ne, not, changera, will change, jamais, ever. Usually you put ne jamais around the verb to mean never or not ever. I must have misheard. Maybe I was actually hearing the phantom changera,
Could
a
be.
son, and that
Because
will.
I could squeeze it in. Like I could be like, and that will never change. No, never. But that doesn't change the last never stress. Still is
That-
weird. And it ends on an R too, which is kind of ugly to end on.
This might need a little work. Let's see.
Yeah, we can think of it. I can think of something hokey, like, and that will never, ever change. But you're not going to like that, are you?
Well, the thing is, the repetition, jamais, jamais, is the end of the line. And you usually harp on that kind of thing.
Yeah, well, we could do, and that will never, never change. We could just repeat never then, and that would preserve the emphasis of that word and the use of it twice.
Let's see, because the last. Oh, so do you hear 8 syllables or 9? I think it's 8. It's-
I hear 8. I believe you that there is actually 9, but I don't hear the 9th.
The 9th is sun. It's barely there.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a little. It'll be like a little warble on the vowel, maybe. It's a sun. Formal reading French aloud is ça ne changera jamais, jamais, because it's hard to say ne changera, but sometimes it'll get like eaten up by the preceding syllables, like sun. Anyway.
So.
And that will never ever change does fit.
Yeah, and we don't need to do never ever. We could do never never to put more emphasis there. If you like that better. because I think that's more accurate to what's there. Jamais, jamais.
Yeah, jamais means jamais actually does mean ever. It's like that will not change, changera, and then jamais is it will not change ever. Because the positive uses of jamais are now extremely rare.
Ah,
And in like colloquial French, you could very easily say that in colloquial French, jamais means never. In formal French, it means ever. In the sense of that I ever saw, or it does not ever happen. It does not mean always. Always is toujours.
I see.
That's one of those easy trip up points too. Like how ever can mean both like at certain points, but it can also mean always.
Interesting.
Let's see, though.
Yeah, how can we fix this though?
I'm just looking at the French news. No, le grand amour. True love isn't enough. Only a farewell blooms. That's the story of our life, sweet and bitter. Let's see. Where'd I even put it? Where is it? There it is.
Someone who's learned to sing a good number of songs in Japanese and only wants to learn some Korean songs, but struggles with Korean romanji. I definitely agree. Yeah. Yep, Richard. I agree with you too.
I mean, I can make it sound prettier while sacrificing the structure a little bit. Let's see. For the jamais, do you hear the stress on the first or the second syllable?
The last one?
But a sun changera jamais, jamais. For those two, do you hear like jamais or jamais?
Jamais.
It's the second syllable,
Yeah.
which is normal because French is always stressed on the last syllable.
Mm-hmm.
Really, you just get like you like say the whole long string of words as if it were. I was taught in French like pronunciation. There are no gaps between the words.
Okay.
Like if I were saying that out loud, it would be "ça ne changera jamais, jamais." You can't even tell where one word ends and the other begins half the time. There's a tendency to articulate the words more distinctly when you're reading a poem out loud, though.
Yeah. Sometimes, well, I know classical French, at least the way that I was taught, sings very differently from how it's spoken.
Yeah, in classical French pronunciation, you do get some of that here, but it's not fully in classical French. It's like in sort of a compromised form of French.
Yeah, this
Because
is a hybrid kind of thing.
Because it should really be ah, si je pouvais vivre dans l'eau, le monde serait-il plus beau? You pardonneras-tu, ô chère mère? You normally pronounce all of the syllables. That's the classical sung form. It would be she. But she sings "ô chère mère." In modern French songwriting, you only have the additional like sound like in German for the like final e when you need it to fill out the meter. This is probably how it was pronounced in Middle English too, just based on how their poetry scans. Like some reading guides for Middle English will say that they always pronounce the final e. I do not think they did. Just because when that April with his shore salt, the drocht march hath person to the rot, scans better than Juanata April with his shoulder sota. The Drochte Mart has passed it to the Rota. It feels like you have extra garbage on the end.
I see.
First line is only 9 syllables, but that makes the second line 11, throwing off the iambic pentameter.
It will not
And Chaucer-
conform.
In Chaucer, like the next line is "and bathed every vein in sweet liquor, of which virtue engendered is the floor." So it continues on, unstressed stress, 10 syllables per line, which is iambic pentameter, which was normative. And just in the course of normal speaking, a fairly frequent rhythm anyway. But yeah, that's how you'll find that. But in classical French, you'll hear all of that pronounced unless there's like another vowel before the E. Like you would still say, "L'eau dans son courant fait danser nos vies," not nos vies. Still V.
Mm-hmm.
Or like you would still say perdu, not perdue for
Yep.
lost. Because perdue feels weird and not French. But in modern French, you'll hear things like "et ça ne changerait" instead of "et ça ne changerait" or "ça ne changera." "Ça ne changerait" is "would never change." "Ça ne changera" is "will never change." The ending is just way more common than the which trips me up as a second language speaker.
Oh,
Because
yeah, the Cold Lyoko theme. That is so much fun. I need to do a redo of that too. That would be really fun.
Well, yeah, a lot of people don't know Code Lyoko is French.
Yeah, people don't know. It's a French anime.
Like Wakfu. I've had people try to argue with me that there's no such thing as French anime.
Well,
at
I
least
know at least one.
I know at least two, Wakfu and Code Lyoko.
I haven't heard of Wakshu.
Wakfu,
Wakfu?
it's adorable.
Huh.
I'm going to goad you into doing its opening theme one of these days.
That would be fun.
It is fun. It's an adorable little cartoon that's like set in the world of this French MMO I've never played, but this cartoon is like its own self-contained thing.
Fun.
They have these like the classes and the ancestries are like one thing, and they have some really weird ones too that are very funny. Like one of them is like old people who constantly want treasure is one of their classes. I forget what they're called. It was something like Enutrolf or something like that. And they use like these really weird sounding words. The names of things don't sound French. They sound what like fantasy words to a French ear sound like.
Interesting.
Okay, let's fix this. Let's fix this last line.
Oh, the ending theme of season 2 onwards. Oh, I need to refresh my memory of what that is. I need to get back into that. But yeah, this last line now. What can we do?
Let's see. Because I feel like I can get like a good syllable in the last one. Something, something, something for all time. Or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Let me just check. Something like that. And let's see. Oh, no here.
thinking.
Nope, that's too mushy. Too many consonants. And so I remain unchanged. No, mush.
That's
Too much mush.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 syllables. We need 8.
So I remain unchanged. Oh, it is. Yeah, that's wrong. Remain and unchanged is a bit goopy.
Yeah.
That because you have j and then there's n, then you have to stick a consonant on the end.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like remain, but repeating remain doesn't work. Let me just listen to the song again. Where did I put the song? Where did I put the song? Song. I have too many tabs open.
Literally and figuratively. This will be so much fun.
Yeah, as soon as I can get the last line right.
Yeah. I got an answer.
And that will, let's see, I feel like I almost had something. And that will never change. I feel like I have like the first part of the line because and that will never change actually does fit there.
Yeah.
And is literally what it says.
Mm-hmm. I have two
What is your
possibilities.
let me see what you're thinking of before I like break my brain.
So there's one here, and there's one here.
So I remain forevermore unchanged. That's too many syllables.
No, it's not.
So I remain forevermore unchanged. That's 11.
Wait. Hold on. Wait. Oh, I was thinking something different. Well, I messed up. Okay, never mind. Looking at that.
Oh, well,
I thought I had it. Yeah.
and that will never change and then change. I mean
About
the filler word. I mean there's a way there is a filler solution.
remaining evermore unchanged. There's
Because
no word that can fit there. Ravani's! Hello, Ravani's!
if you shoehorn in like the contracted form of never, but that feels weird.
Yeah, that's not going to sing too well either.
And there's like no note for so the way I had it before, it's like
Tris mécanique
there's a
d'analyse cardinal. I love that rap. Look what they did with
and
that.
there's like it's a it's like I dropped an extra syllable on the end. Like, is there a note there I was like subconsciously using or something? Let me listen to it again. Peace of the world, and that will never change. No, nope, there's nothing there.
Yeah, the only thing that I think if we want to keep some of this
Like,
would be
that,
this. And that will never
this isn't.
ever change. Or you could do, and that will never, never change. That's the only way you're going to fit that there. Now, I do have this other one, remaining evermore unchanged. But
I
I've
feel like
not.
unchanged is a goopy word.
It is. I don't like it there. It does fit and it
think
does have the right word stresses, but I don't like it as much.
I think never, never change is probably the best we're going to do.
Okay.
Or never ever change, which is easier to sing.
I think I like the idea of re-articulating never, but I'm happy to
I
do it
think that's.
either way if you like.
I think re-articulating the never is the best. So, and then we can lay that to rest.
Ravani's has an interesting thing in the chat of ending it with "will always be," but I think this is more accurate to the translation.
That sounds nice, but it is the last sentence is in French a negative sentence.
Yeah.
While casting it positively does sound prettier.
Yeah, that does sound
This
nice.
is
I like it.
This is a sad song,
Mm-hmm.
and I feel like ending it with too many positive words. So it is like it sounds pretty, but I wouldn't do it that way.
Yeah.
Just for the sake of accuracy.
Yeah. So, all right. Now I probably won't be recording this for a while, so if you do figure out another line that you want me to test out there, feel free. But I know you're probably going to be working on specials now. And no rush on that because I am way behind. I need to get the lyrics video made and put out for the Ancient Mage's Bride song. I need to record and make a video and put up for Aura. And then I don't know what I'm doing with Rue's song, but that's got to slip in there somewhere. And then there's this, and then specials. So that you'll have time to work on specials.
Never waver wouldn't fit because it has the because it would put the emphasis on the wrong syllable. I think we're good with what we have. That is
Yeah.
This is a direct translation of what it says in the same number of syllables with all of the syllables in the right places.
Yeah. All right, shall I sing
Also,
it from the top?
go ahead.
Okay, and what were you about to say?
I was going to say French has a word for waver, I'm pretty sure, and it's What is the French word for waver anyway? I can't think of it off the top of my head.
What is it?
Uh oh. Nope. That's the Spanish dictionary. English, French. Uh, hésiter
Ah,
or
hésiter.
trembler or trembloter or faiblir. Depends on but I think hésiter is actually a very common word and it's not there. So
Hmm.
I'm sure if they went with hésiter, if they wanted to say hésiter, they would have.
One. You should put that in the chat and spell it.
Oh, hésiter is spelled like this. It looks a lot like hesitate. But it's used a lot more in French than it is in English. A lot more.
Ah,
It can mean everything from like hesitate to be unsure about. I hear it used a lot, or I used to hear it.
ah.
Hear
So
it
like
a lot.
indecisive.
Yes, it's like be indecisive.
Waffle.
Like I think
back
I would like because I know. Let me just check. Like hésitation means hesitation, but but it also just means like doubt, indecision, uncertainty. It's a much more it's just a very common phrase.
Hmm.
Like hesitate sounds a lot grander in English than hésiter does in French.
I see. Okay, well, let's sing through this. I am excited. Voulez-vous faire marche? Can I have an omelet, please?
You're probably thinking like omelette du fromage, which is actually a joke for meaning cheese omelette, which is not. It's not actually correct. Omelette du fromage means the omelette that belongs to the cheese.
Uh-huh.
A cheese omelette is omelette au fromage.
Au fromage. Ah, okay.
Omelette with cheese.
The omelet is one of my favorite all-time foods. I'm a breakfast kind of person.
And
Although I never
the
wake
word
up in time for breakfast at an actual breakfast time, but I'll eat breakfast all day long.
and also when you write them down, they look like this.
Ah, I see. Omelette, vaguelette.
La vaguelette, the wavelet or the little wave. Vague means wave, like in the
Vague.
ocean.
Uh-huh.
It also means vague. Like, c'était vague, like that was vague.
Why are
No,
those related? I wonder. The wave of the ocean.
They are not. It is a coincidence.
It's a coincidence. Okay. So they have no relation.
I think vague, like wave, is from Frankish, and in the sense of vague, it's from Latin, and they just happen to sound a little similar. I think vague is like descended from the Frankish word that would correspond to English wave, but I'm not sure. Let me check my French etymological dictionary.
Do you know what just hit me thinking of vaguelette? La vaguelette. I wonder if vague, meaning vague, like a little vague thing, like as in a little lie. You know, I wonder if you could take it in that context, which would make sense with Furina and her lies.
Let's see. Vaguelette is attested in French, meaning wavelet. Depuis toujours, c'est d'écouter ce chuchotement. Let's see. I'm just
Like
checking it.
intentionally obscuring the truth with vagueness.
Vague is not usually a let or let applies to a noun, not a verb or an
I see.
adjective. So it looks. I just looked it up in a like monolingual French dictionary. The only meaning given is wavelet.
I see. A little wave. Wavelet. I like Wavelet. That is such a cute name.
That's what it means. Let's see. Let's see. Let's see. So also, oh, vague, the like vagueness can be a noun, but it's masculine
Oh,
if it's a
okay.
noun.
Interesting.
Like le vague, the vague thing. So I guess la vaguette could mean the little vague thing, but vaguelette with the l is only attested meaning wavelet. At least according to this monolingual French dictionary.
Interesting.
I'm also
Okay.
looking up the etymology just to be sure. Let's see. 1765. Oh, from Latin. Yeah, vague, the adjective, from classical Latin vagus,
Oh,
and vague in sense of wave, which is feminine. Vaguette is a rare variant form of vaguelette. Scandinavian.
time you two. Yay, thanks, Ravani's. I think I'm going to sing this from the beginning now.
Apparently, it's from related to a Middle High German form Wache, meaning wave.
Okay. All right.
I'm still. Let's see.
Here we go.
Oh, etymology.
Da, da. This pretty piano. So we have Sai has made the instrumental for this.
Get here. She's not coming. You're wrong.
Do, do, do,
She's here.
do, 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 do. Oh, if I lived in waters far, would the world lovelier grow? Would you forgive us, dear Mother Ocean? Water wakes the dance, it runs through our lives, into our town fades so bright. So take yourself, oh Mother Love.
But what about your
I'm
wish?
gonna skip a little part of this.
To no one. You will face suffering and loneliness. Is this truly what you want?
The greatest love was here, get down. What matters now is Florida. The stories of the years, sweet and bitter. So you're here for long to see the beauties of the world. And that will never, never change. Okay. That worked so nice. That is gorgeous. And I will practice it so I know it, but I haven't spent a lot of time with this because I've got like 80 million things in line that I'm working on, including moving into the new house. Actually, I think, speaking of that, I'm going to kick you off for you, and I'm going to show some pictures of the new house, and then I'm going to get
That's
going.
okay. That's okay. I need to go to the bathroom.
Oh, okay. Well, you do that.
I'll be right back.
Thank you for your help. Yay. So, oh man, this is going to be gorgeous. And let me pull up some pictures for you guys to see. Of course, I have cute and cuddly babies Very cute and cuddly babies. See if I can get this bigger. Yeah, there we go. There's Boots and there's Clark Gable, also known as Ninja and Noodle, also known as Gen and Daisuke. So, all right, I'm going to look for the newest pictures here. Some of them are still up at the cloud because my husband took the last batch of photos. So, guess he started in the garage. So that's our water heater in the garage. It's a 2.5 car garage. So we'll have some space for storage, which is really nice. And it has a window. It's really cool. We'll have extra tile, extra paint. There's our electric box. This is our front door. It's nice and red. We have the equivalent of a ring light there. That's the movie. I'll play the movie later. Here's entering through the garage. That's the pantry. And you get a little touch of the kitchen there. Laundry room there, off to the side. And the kitchen. Looking good. This was before the backsplash was installed. There's a backsplash now and it looks really nice. That was only just put in. We only just saw it yesterday. So I didn't get any pictures of that. But this was from our final walkthrough last Wednesday. So about a week ago. And all these little pieces of blue tape were things that were touched up. So that's like the living room, dining room area. That's where my piano will be. Yeah, it's granite. Yes, this is granite countertop. So, let me see. Looking this way, that's going to be the guest room. And then there's a bathroom in between there. And this is going to be, oh, that's still the guest room. That room down there, down the hall, is going to be my studio. Why do you get so many pictures of the guest room? I do not know. Ah, this is the studio now. It has a closet too. And then this is on the other side of the house. This is the main linen closet. And there's the master. There's the closet. It's got a gigantic closet. Standing in the closet. And here's the bathroom. It's got a ginormous shower and a bathtub because I wanted a bathtub really bad. So, and we're going to put some privacy film over that window. And there's a sink and a little vanity area there, and there's where the toilet is, which is nice. Yeah, you can see it a little better there. They installed the medicine cabinets backwards, so those had to be fixed. Unfrosted glass in the bathroom is weird. Yeah, so we're going to fix that. I do like having lots of light in the bathroom, so that'll be nice. And then coming down, this is a coat closet there. And then where you see these French doors, that's going to be Johnny's office. Nice room. It's tile, so it's going to be very echoey in there. So we're going to have to get him a rug or something. So when he takes his meetings, his voice is not booming everywhere. Yeah, it's a lovely place. And there's going to be my brother-in-law's room. So he has his own little room with his own little bathroom there. Yeah, that was meant to be a formal dining room. that office. But you could have a feature where you could change it. You could change it into a bedroom or a dead type area, and we chose the den because Johnny wanted that as his office. Yeah, we don't do dining rooms. In fact, we're thinking of not having a dining room table at all. RC Duo Studio, hello. Glad you are here. So let me play the video and you can see me kind of walking around, just for anybody who wants to see. There's the babies. They're my babies. They're so cute. Where will you eat then? On TV trays in front of the TV. All right, here we go. Woo, here we are. The house is basically done. And we have a beautiful red door. Yes, the cats are supporting all my emotions. Especially the little one. Same route as we did before. He likes to be very needy with me. And there is Matthew's room. Looking very nice. Yeah, I figured out my camera could zoom out so we get a better view than we did last walkthrough. Nice and deep in there. So we start moving in anytime now. The house is ours. So it's going to be crazy these next few weeks. We hope to be in and decorating for Christmas. Sizing those up, right? Yes, this is our new house. And the bathroom. Closet is a funny word. The mirrors have been installed. Medicine cabinets. Installed backwards. They fixed that though. Oh, very nice. All the little pieces of blue tape are where they touched up. Looking down the hallway. Closet. We have Johnny's office. Very cool. You can hear my voice echoing. I should record in the house before we start moving stuff in. That would be fun. So we don't know how he's going to arrange his things in here yet, but lame, one window. No, my husband likes it dark. He will probably have that closed most of the time. Here. He gets migraines, so he doesn't really like bright light. We've got the kitchen and our refrigerator. So my piano is going to be along that back wall by the sliding doors there. And we have the living room and the TV are going to be on the other wall. I do love light too. Here's the master closet. So, yeah, our project manager was tearing his hair out because he wanted everything to be perfect, but he had several people just not show up to do their job. And so, such as it is. But everything eventually got fixed. I'll just be a second. And here's the master bathroom. So that'll be my sink, the vanity. It's a little toilet room. Never had a toilet room before. Little vanity area. Bathtub, window to the backyard. Yeah, that window is still like, okay. And the shower. Looking very nice. We have handheld, the rain shower, and I guess a regular. Everything is too tall for me. So, lots of room in here. I'm just overwhelmed at this point. You can hear it in my voice. View of the master. Wave hi, Johnny. He's getting the picture. You can see we've got these to keep all that business in one sectioned off place. Yeah, cool. And it has its own like fan in there too, like a exhaust. You know. We're going to the kitchen. Take a little stroll. Johnny reveal, yes. The refrigerator is quite nice. The appliances work. It's a miracle.
I
And they're
think
new,
this is
so
gonna
they're
be
not
our
moldy
coffee
yet.
corner here.
It's wonderful. And the toilet's actually flush, unlike where I'm living now.
Cabinets.
Everything is still
Taller
too
than I can
tall.
reach.
Yeah, these are all Samsung appliances. This is all kind of builder grade
There,
stuff. We
there's
didn't get
the
any
dishwasher.
like super fancy bells and whistles, but you know, it is what it is.
Out there.
They will work nice.
Let's take a look in the future studio. Lovely little window.
If you clean them,
closet.
appliances don't get moldy. We got them when they were moldy because nobody in the apartment community, like the landlord, doesn't care. So he never cleaned it out before we moved in.
So
And
we'll
like it
see
was
how
just
we
too
wanna
messy.
Arrange things in here. Cool. A little hallway
They're pretty, but not the best engineered. Yeah,
going into guest.
it's all kind of budget stuff. It looks
Bathroom.
nice, and it'll work.
Nice shower. And the guest
An appliance technician doesn't
bedroom
care for Samsung.
with its own little closet.
But the thing about owning a house is we can
I'll
change
use
out
that.
the appliances as needed down the road. So yeah, that'll be where guests will stay, or future baby room. Hopefully. I'm clear about what I meant.
View of
I
the
was
great
thinking we
room
would clean them
here.
rather than to umpteenth generation hand-me-downs. Yes.
through the outdoors here.
Yeah, we're gonna get this screened in, but we couldn't
So we
afford
will
it
get that
to do it
screened
right
in.
away, so we're gonna have to wait.
Once we save up a little more.
So I'm standing where the piano is probably gonna go, and then
There we
along the
go.
other
And then
wall
the
is
last
where
thing to
the
see
TV
here,
will go. Sorry, that was vaguelette
little area.
priorities. There's the pantry.
Pantry. And we have a dryer.
We're still trying to figure out where we should put the cat's litter box
Samsung
or
brand.
boxes, because technically we should have two.
How nice that looks. And we got a little cabinetry here.
No, that is the living room. That whole big space
Drawers.
outside the kitchen was combined living room, like eat-in
And
area.
of course the garage.
But we're gonna use it as my piano like studio voice lesson area.
Very
We
nice.
will have a table that we can bring
That
out
is
when
the
we want
house.
it.
Woo! Wave bye, Johnny.
He's so cute. But yeah, see right over here, I don't know if you can see my mouse, but where you see those outlets there, that's where the TV is going to be, and our couch will be kind of in the middle of the room facing it. And then this is technically where a dining table should be. And but my piano will be along this wall here, along with my music shelf. So, all right, that's what it is. Look at these babies. Look at my babies. They're all smushy. Aren't they the most adorable? I get to live with a bunch of cute, fluffy boys. Some recliners. Look at this smush face. He's getting bigger. I think I'm feeding him too many treats. There he is on top of me, sticking his butt in my face. So I could just go down to Florida and catnap them. Yeah. So cute. There's the old pictures. They're just so snuggly. I can't get enough of them. There they are, hanging out. You can see the difference in their personality. Yeah, I love them so much. So Alrighty then. I think I'm going to sign off for today. I know it was a rather short stream. Um, but yes, Dice Case, pay attention to me. He's totally torturing Gen all the time. Just like pouncing on him when he's trying to sleep. It's like, playtime is now. And Gen just kind of whaps him down because he's so much bigger. He's like, no, sleep time now. Such a little scamp, Daisuke. Um, I'm surprised he's not trying to climb up on my desk right now. But again, they were a little bit scared today because we had our community had pressure washers come and do our apartment building today. So it was making a lot of very nasty noise. And kitties have sensitive hearing. They don't like nasty noise. So, but anyway, thank you so much. Special thanks to Ryu for helping make these lyrics. These were awesome. Easiest lyrics yet. I think this wins that award. Of course, it kind of is cheating because it was originally in French. And it's not long. So, but yeah, I can't wait to record this. Anyway, you guys take care, and I will see you next time. I'm going to try and be live doing more production stuff. The next stream I do I'll either stream making the lyric video for the Ancient Magus Bride thing, or I will stream recording for Aura. But that's going to be a big endeavor because I have a whole flute part that I have to practice. I wrote a flute part and it's a little bit too difficult. I was looking at the music and I'm like, okay, we'll see if this works. I'm still not sure if I'm going to do my own thing or if I'm going to use the voice removed instrumental because we'll see as it goes. So anyway, thank you all. You guys are the best. See you later. Bye.